Things are now heating up for 4 nights of the apocalypse. Chaos has now entered the fairy realm, and it seems now that hope might be on the horizon. If you want more 4 Nights of the Apocalypse material and other Seven Deadly Sins content, like, share, and subscribe, and hopefully we can keep this going on weekly. I've also got other materials down in the link below. So, we entered this new chapter 145 titled Family Battle, with the cover showing off Killbaggin in his very weird and unique dragon humanoid form. Fairies of the realm are starting to hear a racket and a commotion, wondering what's going on. From what I could tell, it's a mix of giants and fairies, and I have not seen any of these giants. But hey, at least they're not boring. We see King confront Killbaggin and the rest of his hooded entourage, saying, "I don't know who you are, but first you break into the fairy realm. Then you treat my precious son very badly. It'll cost you more than you can imagine." That's right, King. Be a good dad for once. Killbaggin replies, "If that's how you put it, Fairy King. Are you sure you're not talking about how you treat Mertyl?" Killbaggin corrupts Mertyl, saying that just let all the darkness in his heart out. Let it all out. And while being restrained by Chastaful's guardian form, Mertyl cries out to Diane, asking if he really loved him from the bottom of her own heart. Diane says that of course she did. Wasn't it obvious? Full of anger and with many veins that look like they're about to pop, Mertyl says that she is a liar. He calls out to King, saying that he gave the drug to Nasiens, not him. So Mertyl says that Diane is just the same as King, a liar. And then he just completely hulks out, screaming, "You have all abandoned me." And holy crap, I was right. I knew that Mertyl was going to turn into some sort of giant fairy chaos hybrid. Boy, did this thing look freaky. He's as buff as a giant, and he's got some weird twisted fairy wings in the back. And look at his left arm. It seems like he merged with the fairy whip that he had on earlier. Everyone is shocked, and when they're all distracted, Killbaggin and the rest of his hooded entourage make their move. They split off, with everyone distracted by Mertyl's rampage, as he just completely decimates Guardian. Diane says that they need to hurry and she'll handle Mertyl. King fully trusts Diane, but he's going to be backed up by his son Sixtus, saying that he knows that they're after the drug of yore. And all of this is just a lure just so Killbaggin can lead King away while they get the drug from his throne. King acknowledges this and knows that Sixtus can handle this all on his own, saying that he can take out the minions while he takes out the leader. Sixtus agrees, but he also needed to remind his dad that all of this is his fault. Before he gets apart, however, he gives Nasiens a little bit of healing from Spirit Spear Chastaful, a formed pollen garden. And with that out of the way, father and son split up to go take on the forces of Camelot. Meanwhile, Mertyl is still going on his hulkingly rampage berserk state, screaming, "Give me the drug! Let me drink it now!" Honestly, I think he really does need that drug now more than ever. What is going to reverse this? Diane and the rest of the family stay behind just as Tioreh is begging her brother to stop. But the two giant sisters try to subdue Mertyl by using their giant creation ability to create Quad Hammer, just punching him repeatedly in the face with earth fists. It's been such a long time since I've seen the giants in action. It's glorious, glorious. Aiding the sisters is Belte, as a bunch of Briars and Ivory come up to bind Mertyl. Subdued, they all tell him to cool his jets because the more he struggles, the tighter that those vines are going to get and possibly rip his body apart. But in his crazed berserk state, Mertyl just ignores it and tears it all to shreds. Despite the injuries, despite the pain he might be feeling, he does not care. And this is enough to push back everyone. Tioreh is worried, wondering how they're going to save Mertyl at this rate. They're in such deep trouble. Meanwhile, Nasiens is able to stand up and says that he and the others will protect Mertyl. Tioreh is wondering what happened to his broken arm. He says he doesn't know, but it just got healed at some point. Though she wonders if it was that weird spirit that just appeared. Nasiens is wondering, wait, what? But then Tioreh decides to change the subject and say, "Oh, it just must be my imagination." Seriously, Nakaba, why? Why did you do this? Come on. I said hope was coming in the last chapter. You blue-balled us, man. Mertyl is still going on his Vulcan rampage saying, I hate it. I hate it all. But before anyone can get hurt, Diane steps in front of her children saying that this is a job for Mom. That's right, Diane. It's time to give your kid a spanking. Okay, that came out a lot weirder than it needed to be. King chases Killbaggin with the two-headed giant lizard thing, saying a bunch of words as he double casted, casting out Dark Ghost Horde and Tracer Enchant. A double spell. Nice. However, before King could get attacked, he decided to show off his potential as the Fairy King, with Spear Chastiful, first form Chastiful, mow down. Before he could be hit, Chastiful appears yet again as the giant freaking spear that it is, mowing down all of those ghosts. King says that he's got a very powerful mage among his friends. Maybe it's Merlin. But as for him, he could handle him in his sleep. Meanwhile, the hooded mages make their way to the throne, firing and attacking any and all fairies and giants that come across their way. And as they appear at the throne, well, there's nothing. They detect a very strong, purified magical force, and thus it had to be the drug of yore. But they're never going to get their hands on it, because you know why? Because now they got to deal with Sixtus. I'm getting total Lancelot vibes from this kid. And hey, it's not like they're going to get it anyway. The drug of yore is password protected. Yes, it's password protected. Oh man, that's just so silly for a mythical fantasy series, but I like it. And that was chapter 145. Okay, so we are finally getting into some action. And as for the enemies in question, oh god, these guys are boring. I'm sorry, but Arthur, come on, you're the king of chaos. When last we saw hooded figures like this in Leonis, they turned out to be Molascula bringing back Galen. You couldn't have done better than these guys? Who even are these guys? Please tell me that there's someone important under those hoods. Because here's something that I really want to see again. Arthurian Legends characters. Killbaggin? Really? We had to settle up for a two-headed dragon man and not someone like Morgan Le Fay? Where is she? Can we just get some other Arthurian legend characters over here instead of people who are just named after booze and alcohol? I don't know. It's just something I want to see. But I am excited to see Sixes in action. As seen before, this kid is basically going to be the next heir to the Fairy King's throne if something ever happened to King, and I'd buy it. There's not too much to talk about, but hey, I just hope that next time we're going to see a lot more action, and maybe, possibly, someone from the Four Knights is gonna come back. Please. What did you think about this chapter? Let me know in the comments.